Hello, this is Brenda Weatherly with the Simple Life Homesteading the Pioneer Way. Today I'm in our vacation home in Georgia, northeast Georgia, just as you're going up into the mountains. And I am going to make an old recipe called boiled cookies. Now, my husband was making these when we married. His mother and grandmother had made them for him. And they're called boiled cookies because you bring them to a boil and just boil them for a couple of minutes and then spoon them out and they're ready. So let's get started. We're going to add sugar, and some cocoa to the pan, and as usual I'm doing this with one hand, so I'm just stirring it up to get it combined. Let me pause and I'll bring it back. Got this incorporated pretty well. Now we're going to add some milk, stir that around. That incorporated, and then we'll add a stick of butter, and I need to turn the eye on. I have to use two hands for that. It's a gas stove. I'll have to put a match to it, so I'll bring you back. I have my eye on, and I am going to chop this butter up just a little bit to help it melt easier instead of being in one log. Just help it along a little bit. Let me move my matches. Not a good idea to leave them by the fire. And I'm just going to stir this around. And this cooks just until the butter melts. And you bring it to a boil. And when it comes to a boil, just as it comes to a full boil, you will look at the clock and time it for exactly 2 minutes. And while you're doing that, you take a pack of graham crackers. We have done it with regular, we've done it with cinnamon. And we just smash them up in the pack to like a flour. We use graham crackers instead of flour. And sometimes my husband doesn't grind them up too fine, and they're big chunks and it looks like nuts, but it's not. Although we have put peanut butter in here at times, and you can put nuts. I like nuts. My husband doesn't, so he never puts nuts in them. But you could put as many nuts as you want to in it, and a spoon or two of peanut butter. It's kind of between a fudge and a cookie. It's more like a fudge, but they call them boiled cookies. And as you can see, since I'm doing this with one hand, I am just putting it on the stove and mashing it with my fingers. You want to mash it well, but you don't want to bust the pack. And sometimes the pack will bust. As long as you don't lose your crackers, it's fine. Like I said, I'm trying to do this with one hand. And as you know, with one hand, things are a little more difficult. The butter is almost melted. I wish you could see in there. The light over the stove has went out. I have another light on the other side of the room, but can't see inside the pan. So I'm just going to let that be for a few minutes and I'll bring you back. Yeah, I don't know if you can see or not, but it is coming to a rolling boil. So I will look at the clock. Let me put the clock over here. And it was on 9. The sweet pan was on 9. So I am going to time that for 2 minutes and I'll bring you back. While I'm waiting on this, take my dishes and put them up. A few seconds, about 20 seconds till this is going to be boiled for 2 minutes. It's on 8. Now it's back to 9. And I believe that's 2 minutes. What we do when it's boiled for 2 minutes is we just turn the eye completely off, so there's no more heat. And we're going to add a splash, about a teaspoon of vanilla. Stir that around. And then add our graham crackers. As you can see, mine busted a little bit. I got a little bit on the stove. But it wasn't about a teaspoon maybe. So let me open these up better. Okay, now that we have our crackers and our vanilla stirred around a little bit, we're going to put this in a dish pan of cold water to help cool it. Trick that the old timers did. My husband's mother would be 100, if not a little more, and this is the way she cooled them, and the way that his Aunt Marie cooled them. They just put them in this pan of water, and it's well water. We have a well here, and we draw water. We have water pumped in the house also, but my husband likes to draw like when we're here. So let me pause you and stir this up till it's time to spoon it out. Bring you back in a minute. I'm going to stir them up too thick. And I've got some wax paper here on this little homemade table that we use for a little counter, or like a little island. And I don't know if you can see this or not. It's not too thick, but it's thickening up. Now taking it out of the water because you don't want it to get too thick, but you want it to start thickening. So you can spoon it out. And I've got to hold this handle. Let me stir it just a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to get my spoon and start spooning this out in any size you want. My husband likes big ones, so we'll make them about that size. Anyway, like I said, you can make them any size you want, but see the consistency of them now? It's not real loose, but it's not real thick, and these will harden up in just a few minutes. Let me bring you back. It's made a pretty good batch. I've got to scrape the pan and get one more out. I have grandchildren here this trip, so I guess it's up to me to lick that spoon. What do you guys think? I'll lay it right here for now. And I've got to kindly wipe my hands up a little bit. It always gets a little bit of cocoa on my fingers. And you know, these could, see how they're running? They could have been a little thicker, but when I'm doing something with one hand and holding the camera with the other, it's kind of hard to do it correctly. So, and I was going to move that paper, but it's they're still warm enough that I can't move the wax paper. But anyway, these will firm up in a little bit, and it won't take too long. And I usually don't make them this loose. I usually make them about this big, but they're usually thicker and not as loose. So this is kind of running together. Wouldn't you know it, you try to film something and it don't turn out well. But anyway, this is boiled cookies, and it's really simple, and they're yummy. My husband dips them in. He'll get a bowl of Cool Whip, and he'll get a bowl of Cool Whip and take his cookie and dip it in Cool Whip and eat it, and they are really yummy. And like I said, it's kind of between a fudge and a cookie. I mean, it's not like a cookie. It's not real dry, but it's dry enough, and kind of like I said, between fudge and cookie. They're delicious. Give them a try. This is Brenda Weatherly from the Simple Life Homesteading the Pioneer Way, saying, keep homesteading.